Hello everyone! So this video is going to be a little bit different than my normal lectures. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a life update and also let you guys know what to expect for my content this year. Now, the biggest update you already know if you follow my YouTube community tab or my post on my personal Instagram, but I did successfully defend my dissertation on November 17th and I obtained my PhD on December 16th. So, what a dumb transition. Anyway, I am technically a doctor now, which doesn't change much of my day-to-day life. It will be largely the same as when I was a PhD candidate, of course. Research and teaching, the only or major difference will be the paycheck. But I'm super excited. I was actually going to make this post or update video a members only video on my channel. I have channel memberships if you're interested. Thank you guys who are channel members because I haven't been posting as much as I should there. But I was going to make this a channel member video because this kind of more personal life update type video is what I typically upload for channel members only, because I want to make sure that the educational content and lecture content that I upload is always publicly available, because I believe in accessible information for everybody. But anyway, I was going to make this update video a members only video because I didn't think that you guys cared that much about like my personal life and just kind of wanted to learn the information that I was sharing. So I was like, okay, information only for the main channel uploads. But I really was inspired to make this video public because you guys showed me so much support and encouragement on my community tab. When I posted that I had graduated on my community tab, you guys blew me away with that post's engagement. For context, I normally get like 200 likes and maybe 50 comments on any given community post, but the one that I posted that I got my PhD, you guys gave me almost 2,000 likes and over 300 comments. So thank you very much for all your amazing and kind words. The comments on that post were just really, really incredibly sweet and encouraging and motivating, and I appreciate it. Don't worry if you thought that this was just a during my PhD YouTube channel. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep going. It's like I saw a lot of posts or a lot of comments that were like, okay, great, well don't stop posting, please. And I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna keep going. I might be a little busy this semester, which I'll get into in a second. So it might not be as consistent as I'd like this year, this semester, really, just in the next couple months while I get going in my new position. But I will, still aim to post once a week, similar, content, and hopefully better and better content, as I always, aim to do. So don't worry, I'm not stopping anytime soon. I really do enjoy doing this on YouTube. But anyway, that is the biggest update for me. And by the way, if you see me keep glancing over here, it's because these are where my notes are, and if I don't have notes, you guys know I will just ramble on and on. So next topic of discussion, what will I do now that I've graduated? What's next? Well,
after getting a PhD, students typically have to do something called a postdoc, or kind of helps to do something called a postdoc. A postdoc position is like a 2-year position where a new graduate gets some more research experience without having to TA or anything before they have to jump right into being faculty, where you have to do your own independent research, get the grant money for it, and maintain a lab and or a group of students and undergrads and grad students and mentor them while you teach a bunch of classes. And it's just a lot to jump into right after being a student yourself. So a postdoc position is kind of a way to transition more seamlessly into the world of academia and professorship. So that is what I opted to do. I was I was going to take whatever, was the best option for me, but I was planning to apply to a bunch of postdoc positions and faculty positions, see what I could get. I spoiler alert, got the first postdoc position that I applied for, which wasn't my plan, but great, it worked out. It was one that I really wanted to get. And this is a position I applied for back in April. And it's actually not a position with a specific location that I applied for. I applied for an NSF postdoctoral fellowship, which just means that if I get that fellowship, I get the money to fund my 2-year postdoc, and then I can kind of take that anywhere because NSF is funding me, and whatever university that I choose will just pay me through their funds. So I ended up applying for this one NSF fellowship that had a deadline in April because I saw a posting for it in March. And I was like, I gotta get a 12-page proposal ready because that sounds awesome. Now, this postdoc fellowship is aimed more at STEM education. And if you know me and the research that I did as a PhD student, it was more, as an undergrad and a PhD student, I did geochemistry research as an undergrad, and then I moved to UTEP where I did my PhD and I did biogeochemistry research. In other words, I just kind of mixed chemicals together in the lab to see what types of sediments formed and what types of chemical and biological conditions. But this was kind of out of my comfort zone, STEM education, because I have only done STEM research, not STEM education research. So I knew that my chances weren't high. But as you can see with my YouTube channel, I have always been passionate about science, education, communication, and teaching. And through my teaching on YouTube and, through seeing comments on YouTube on my geoscience videos and whatnot, I quickly realized that there were a lot of misconceptions surrounding geoscience, and that a lot of those I felt like were holding back people from going into the field. And I also learned during my time in grad school and on YouTube that geoscience enrollment was decreasing dramatically, and it wasn't just COVID. It was in part, in my opinion, from what I've seen, also these misperceptions. And it really motivated me to try and tackle and transform those misperceptions. So when I saw this solicitation for this NSF fellowship, I was really excited because I was like, this might give me a chance to try and create a research project that looks into this and tries to demolish these misperceptions. And so I wrote a 12-page proposal titled Increasing Geoscience Enrollment and Engagement by Transforming Perceptions of Geoscience Among Students and the General Public. Now, transforming is a happy buzzword that NSF loves to see. Of course, that's a big goal, but really the first whole half of my postdoc research will focus on kind of identifying such misperceptions, and then the second half will kind of aim at using what we learned and identified in terms of misperceptions to try and better aim our outreach and our educational and communication techniques and efforts to target and transform those misperceptions. So it's a big goal, and I was like, we'll give it a shot. And I was shocked to actually receive this fellowship, and incredibly just so grateful. I'm really excited to take a stab at this research and hopefully make a dent and increase geoscience enrollment, if not now, hopefully in the future. But if you're wondering why I'm telling you all this, it's because I think a large reason that I actually ended up receiving this fellowship, despite my lack of experience in the geoscience education research field, is because of you guys. I think the fact that I had the YouTube channel and that it was doing well and clearly resonating with a lot of people in terms of spreading geoscience information really helped my case and showed the NSF panel that I was serious about not only geoscience research, but also geoscience communication and education and outreach. And I just wanted to thank you guys because you're the reason that this is happening, and all your support and encouragement and everything and engagement on YouTube has been amazing. So thank you so much, because I think it's really led to a lot of opportunities that I would not have ever gotten. So really, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, luckily for me, even though postdoc positions don't typically involve teaching because the new graduate's supposed to focus on research during those 2 years, this specific fellowship does allow me to teach 2 semesters out of the 2-year period that I will be at this position, because it's aimed at STEM education and bettering STEM education techniques and your own ability to educate STEM and all of that. So because of that, I am allowed to teach, and luckily for me, I have been asked to teach this semester. I will start teaching this spring. It is now January 6th. I actually began teaching on the semester starts January 8th, Monday. It is now Saturday. And my class is Tuesday, Thursday, and then labs Wednesday, Thursday. So I'll be teaching Tuesday, Thursday, the lecture class, and I start this coming Tuesday, and then I have a TA that will teach the labs, but I'm creating all the labs, I'm creating all the lectures, I'm creating all the assignments, I'm creating all the exams, so I am doing a lot, but I'm really excited for it, and I'm just mentioning that because a lot of the material might overlap a bit with my channel content, because I'm making all these lectures, so I might as well dual purpose them for both class and YouTube. So that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of the time. And you've already seen, well, by now you will have already seen two videos that kind of make up one lecture that I will give for this class, and those were the last week's and the week before videos about biogeochemistry and biogeochemical cycles, because this class is called Processes of Global Environmental Change, and for me, I'm gonna aim to make that about biogeochemistry, global biogeochemical cycles, how interconnected they are, how they work to control and perturb climate and environments on Earth, and how that has happened throughout Earth's history, and what has caused it and been, caused by that throughout Earth's past, and what we can learn about modern climate and future climate and environmental changes from Earth's past, and when Earth's climate and environment have changed in the past. And so that is what I'll be focusing on mostly in this class, and I'm super excited. And if you are a student of mine, welcome. I'm really excited to teach you guys. I guess you won't see this video until after the class has started, but I am super excited. So that is why a lot of my content on my channel this semester will likely be either biogeochemistry or past climate change or extinction event related. I already have lots of extinction videos, so it's right on theme. But I also have some other in-person class related content that I'm gonna have come out kind of sprinkled in between those biogeochemical-ish videos, because, well, one, I don't want it to be so monotoned, and I also had already had these ideas in my head, and I am excited for you guys to see them as well. So don't worry if biogeochem is not your cup of tea. There will be many other geoscience related topics on the list of videos this year, and some I think you guys will really love. So now you might be wondering, okay, you're gonna do this 2-year postdoc, but where? Because it's just an NSF fellowship, like where are you gonna be if not El Paso anymore? Well, the cool thing about getting an NSF postdoctoral fellowship is that instead of like a regular postdoc position that's posted by a university, a department, or professor, your location is kind of up to you. You write in your proposal where you'd like to carry out that research, with what professor and why, and then if you get it, you do it there, or at least, unless there's some big change or that professor is gone or something, you do it there if you're awarded the fellowship. And so I chose to do mine at the University of South Carolina because there is a wonderful professor here. Yes, I'm already here. We'll get to that in a second. Whose name is Dr. Catherine Riker, who is like huge, amazing professor and researcher in this field of geoscience education, and I think she'd be the perfect mentor for me, especially as I am new to this field. And I think I mean, I've only met her a few times now, but she, you know, when you have like a first impression of someone and you just really vibe, I mean, she is that for me. She and me, like, we're both very enthusiastic about this topic, and I never thought I'd meet someone that exactly matched my enthusiasm and just the amount of excitement she has about this and about, you know, bettering geoscience education and just about everything kind of is so me, and it really makes me excited to work with her and learn from her and just, you know, go on this journey. It's obviously not long, it's only 2 years, which is a little sad. I wish I had longer, but I'm really excited to work with her. I've had the pleasure of having amazing mentors throughout my academic journey from undergrad to grad and now, and I think I'm just really lucky for that. So I'm really excited. And yes, I am already here in Columbia, South Carolina. And am I sitting on the floor to get this rock shelf shot? Yeah, I am. I just moved in to my new apartment, which is why I'm bouncing around different shots, because I have so many rock shelves that I'm really happy about. Anyway, I will put some B-roll in so you can see the other rock shelves. It's kind of a gloomy day, which is a little sad because I have these two huge windows that let in lots of sunlight on sunny days. So I'll try and do it tomorrow. I think tomorrow is supposed to be sunny, and I'll get the B-roll then, because the rocks that I've put on the windowsill are like super shiny when the sun hits them, and there's no sun today, so they're less shiny and a little bit sad. So I'll wait and get the B-roll tomorrow that I'll insert here. It's really pretty and I'm really happy. And the last and final update that I think you guys will be really excited about is she's back. My cat from the background, who randomly popped up in the background of my old videos with my periodic table and all that. She lived with me in El Paso a while back, and then I was temporarily in a place where I couldn't have her, so she moved in with my parents, and now she is allowed to live with me again because I'm in a cat-friendly place. And yeah, she's here again, and she'll probably pop up in the background of future videos, so now you know. Hello, honey. Oh, thank you. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, that is all I have for you guys. And thank you so much again for all your support and amazing comments and kind words and just being patient with me while I have not been responding to many comments and not been posting as many videos as I should. You know, it's just been super busy, but we will be back soon with more, and I'm really excited for this year's content, so I will see you there. Bye.